Hola, mis amigos, bienvenidos. So we were just together reviewing Los Animales de la Granja. We used our Google Slides. So this is the second part. So what you need, if you don't already have them for this part of the lesson, is you're going to need 3 pieces of paper from the mailing packet that I sent to your homes. So you're going to need this one. It's got 4 pieces on it. You can see separated by dotted lines. You're going to need this second one. And then the last page you will need is this page. That is basically the background of your farm. And those are the 3 pages we need today to make Su Librito de la Granja. So if you don't have those, go ahead and grab them, and you can pause me and then just join me when you're ready, okay? All right, so now you're back with me. We're gonna focus on, we can put aside this sheet for a moment because there's a couple things I need to talk to you about. I want you to take a look at this sheet. Okay, so this sheet has, sorry guys, this is so hard to show you on this. This sheet has some words on it. Now, eventually we're going to be cutting out on the dotted lines because that's why some of the pictures are facing upside down, and we're going to be putting your book together. But we've got some work to do before we can do that. And we need to understand what our book is saying. So this is obviously going to be the title page of our book. And the words in this say, Quien, Esta, en la granja. So, quien está en la granja. And what that means, I have to point this out to you. We talk about this a lot in class, that in Spanish, they actually give you a clue when you're asking a question by putting an upside down question mark at the beginning of the sentence. So do you see how they did that in the title? And then they put another one at the end. So you know when you're reading it, it's read as a question. So, quien está en la granja? Is how you would read that. Quien means who, estás is, en la, on the, granja is farm. So who is on the farm? And we're obviously going to answer that question in our book by making some sentences with some of those Spanish animal words. Before we do that, I'm going to turn my screen because, and I'm just going to flip my page this way, you'll notice that the way each of these sentences start is with these words, I, un. And if you're looking at this word, I bet you're trying to say it in English and you're saying hey. And this does not mean hey. This does not say hey, okay? It says I. And I want to show you why it says I. So I'm going to turn my screen this way so you can see my board here that I set up for you guys. So you should still hear my voice. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second. I'm going to get rid of this because I want to show you something. So haber is a verb. And we know verbs are action words. So haber is a verb in Spanish that means to be. And if we want to say there is or there are in Spanish, we're using a form of the verb haber. And that form that we're using is this word right here. And the way we say this in Spanish is we say I. Now, it's not this I, meaning me, and it's not this I, meaning the eye in your face. It means there is or there are. So again, we don't say hey, we say I. So for example, if I wrote the sentence, hay dos libros, what I'm saying is there are 2 books. If I wanted to say there is 1 book, muy fácil, that's very easy. I just get rid of this S, which makes everything plural. And I would change this to un. Hay un libro. There is 1 book. Or this actually says a book. If you wanted to say 1 book, uno. Hay uno libro. Okay, so now we know that when we're reading our book, we're not going to say hey, we're going to say I, and it means there is. So let's take a look back. I'm going to turn the screen back to me. Sorry for the close-up. And now we're back with our book. And so now I'm going to show you kind of how you're going to work through this. And you're going to have to flip the pages around because I want you to fill in the blanks on the pages before you cut them out. So let's flip it this way. Okay, and you can see that you have 2 animals here. And you can tell by what they're saying. This is saying quack. This is saying ja. This is a horse. This is a duck. So your first job that will need to complete is you're going to, on the blank line, fill in with the Spanish animal that you see pictured there. So what this says is it says, I un blank. And I know that this is a duck. And I know that to say duck in Spanish, I would say pato. So very simply on this line, I would write, it already has for you, I would write pato. And I'm going to do that, and then I will show you. And if you want to do that on yours, you can as well. So I un pato. And what you're saying is there is a duck. You're going to come down here and do the same thing for horse. And I know that the way I say horse in Spanish is caballo. So I will write that. And hey, friends, if you need help spelling those Spanish words, animal words, you can go back to the presentation we just reviewed. So this says, I un caballo, or there is a horse. Now you'll notice this one is blank on this page. They left this one blank on purpose and didn't draw a picture because they want you in this blank space and on this line to come up with your own animal. So you're going to have to write una, and you're going to have to write a Spanish animal that you don't see in your book already. And in a second, I'll show you what I did as an example. Okay, and then you're going to draw a picture. On the second page, and again, you're going to have to flip up and down, but you've got I un, write what you think this is on the line. I una, this looks like a cow to me, so write that word, Spanish word for cow. And then you flip it over. I una, tell me what this is. And I una, tell me what this is. Now, this is not a male rooster. I will give you that hint. It is a female rooster. And the reason I know that, friends, is if I look down here, I know una is the feminine form of a. So I una, you have to think about what you put on that line. Okay, so if you need to pause me, go ahead and pause me, write your words on the line, and then I want you to take a little bit of time to color in your animals on that page. And when you're ready, come back and see me, and I'll show you the final part of what we're going to do. Okay, so here we go. You've got everything colored, you've got everything filled in on your lines, and now we're actually ready to cut our book and put it together. So I started some of this because I didn't want this video to go on forever and ever. So I took that first page of 4 that doesn't have my title page, and I cut them out. And you'll notice I cut them out on the dotted line, so there's no extra pages because you want everything to line up perfectly. So when we put our book together, and you can see I wrote cerdo on the line. I'm sorry I didn't color my pig, but you know to color your pig, probably rosado. Most of you did. All right, so we've got I un cerdo. We've got I una gallina. This would be I una vaca. And this would be I una oveja. And some of them I wrote in. I know you guys have them all written in. Then on your other page, I did color this one just to show you an example. I've got my fence colored in. I filled in I un pato. There is a duck, and I un caballo. And then I chose to put a picture of and write for my own that I did. I said I una cabra, which is a goat. And then I actually printed a picture. I am not an artist. I always tell you guys that. I printed a picture of a cabra and just glued that onto my page. So now this page still needs to be cut, and I left it like that on purpose so I could show you. So let me grab my scissors. So as you're cutting this page, guys, you'll notice on this side, there's a really light dotted line. I am going to cut on that dotted line. And then I'm left with this nice 4 nice squares. Now I can just simply cut right across on my dotted lines. Oops, I forgot to do it on the other side too. So I'm going to make sure I go back and cut that one. All right, so I have two more to do. So I need to cut here and cut here. All right, so now I have all my pieces. And I'm going to let you, if we were at school, we would kind of be putting them together in a particular order, but it's just too hard at home. So don't worry about the order. The only thing I'll ask is this should be your title page, right? And your last page should be the one that you make up. So I'm just going to start putting them in order. I'm going to put un pato next. Hay un caballo. Hay una oveja. Hay un cerdo, hay un gallina, hay una vaca, hay una cabra. And you can see I have a nice little book. So your choice. You can stop here now and just give it a quick staple, and that can be your book. I would love it if you could read it back to me and record it and send it to me. That would be amazing. But I know this is getting to be a long video, so I'm going to hurry and finish up. The last thing you can do if you want to is there's this blank piece of paper that has your farm. If you want, you can color your farm, right? And you can cut that out. And then all you do to attach it is you take your book over here and your barn, La Granja. You attach it like this, and you would give it 2 quick staples on the edges. And then you have Su librito de la Granja, and you can read that to me, okay? All right, so hopefully you had fun. I know this was a longer video, so thanks for hanging in there. And as always, if you have questions, let me know. Adios.